in this one question, number 1. So the first thing you can always depend on are vertical angles. And you can know that they're going to be congruent. And an example of 2 vertical angles here would be like angle A and angle C. These 2 have to be equal to each other. So here A and C. So it's 2 angles that kind of make an X shape between the 2 of them. They meet at the vertex, and their rays are called opposite rays. You also have to be able to see complementary angles. And they add up to 90. So you can see here this right angle shows us that we have some perpendicular lines. And so C and D together is sort of the other half of those perpendicular lines. So these guys are going to add up to 90 degrees. They're complementary angles. And the last one thing I need you to always be able to recognize is what's called a linear pair. Linear pair always adds up to 2 angles that add up to 180. That's also called supplementary angles. And I can see that right here. A and B, the beginning of A to the ending of B is a straight line. So those are going to be what's called a linear pair. It's really important that you can look at a picture, a figure like the one here, and you can see that vertical, complementary, and the linear pairs, because they're not going to give you the number 180 in the question. You have to see a linear pair and understand that the number 180 comes from that visual effect. And then you are going to have to use that number like 180 or 90 in your calculation, even though it wasn't given in the question, is all from that visualization. So make sure you can, that these types of angles that you know what they look like and that they jump out at you when you see them in a figure. All right, now that we know that, we actually have everything we need to know to answer this question. So it says A plus C equals 100. Well, A plus C are my vertical angles. I know they're congruent. So if they add up to 100, then both must be 50, right? And now let me figure out the missing angles. I know that C plus D together are 90. So that means D must be 40. And I know that A plus B together are 180. So B must be 130. Let's double check what that question is asking us to find. B plus D, 130 plus 40, that's going to be 170. D is my correct answer.